Welcome to Total Fitheads.
Serious fitness for not so serious people.
We could try it out and get the feedback.
Love it.
Wait, you're really gonna leave the camera there like that? Are we gonna mention
Who said
it? The third person that's here watching you that you're not looking at, that's who said it. Or you're just trying to show off your hydro flask in the back. We get it. You're rich and hydrated.
Hydrated. Can I tell you, first of all, that's not my hydro flask. My hydro flask is the one behind it. It's twice as big as that one.
Hydro Flask website.
But I do
has a form you fill out how big you are versus what the size of your flask should be. Or the size of your ego.
Right. Ego, bladder, same thing. Is there a difference? I remember in college, are we recording? Oh God. I remember in college, my friend, we were sitting around drinking beers, shocker. And my friend went to go pee, but we were in like a room so we could sort of hear him peeing, it was like really loud. And then somebody goes, wow, his pee is really loud. And his girlfriend was like, yeah, that's because his dick is so big. And I remember just being like, is that a correlation or what? That doesn't, what? No, she didn't like say it explicitly, but she heavily implied it. You know what I mean? Because, obviously,
Yeah, the masculinity thing behind peeing,
right,
was also in an SNL sketch where the guy, it was like a prostate drug, but the way that they sold it was that you would have golden ribbons of masculine urine pouring from your genitals.
I love that.
Yeah.
There's one other one that I really like. It's from How I Met Your Mother. You ever seen that show? It's one of my favorite shows. Sitcom, really? Very corny, very cutesy. I love cutesy TV. That's my favorite. In fact, all my friends make fun of me. My friends growing up because they're like, your content is pretty vulgar, and or by the standards of what you like to watch, like I like to watch, like not quite Brady Bunch, but that close to that level of happy, corny, cutesy TV. I really liked like Family Matters. I loved Full House, Step by Step, all those I liked Scrubs, I guess, but anyway. So How I Met Your Mother, they had a joke where one of the guys slaps the other guy in the face. And he goes, after the guy who gets slapped goes, God, your hands are enormous. And the first guy goes, well, what do you expect? You've seen my penis. Like the reverse of the, you know what I mean? That's a cutesy little, I guess that's a dirty joke now that I'm saying it.
You just said the P word. My mom's uncomfortable with this episode already.
Sorry. Shout out Allie's mom. That's a quick shout out to Allie's mom.
It was a really fast one, yeah. Thanks for giving me small hands, Mom.
Nice. Better for Pringles.
She used to joke when I was a kid because she has size 6.5 shoe, which is, I don't know why she doesn't just fall forward. How are they keeping her up? Like little balls on the end of sticks.
You just fell down just standing there.
And I grew into a size 7, and so she would say that I had boats. But I was young enough to not know that 7 wasn't huge, so I went through life till maybe, I don't know, last year, thinking that I had giant feet. Like
clown feet?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so hard. I'm sorry.
Yeah, super funny joke, Mom.
Thanks,
she just,
Mom.
Well, obviously, I was stupid for not knowing that.
Yeah.
All of 8s are always sold out. I feel like that's pretty average.
Yeah, 8. Is it a woman's and men's sizes? Are they just like 1 or 2 off, or are they like wildly different? Like a 10 men's is like an 8. Or wait a minute, an 8 men's is a 10's women's?
Yes.
Okay.
So I wear kids 5, which is 7.
Nice.
What? I gotta buy kids shoes. I have to buy 2 pairs. They're expensive.
So when I asked you the other day if there was a big difference between a boy's extra large and a woman's small,
Of course, we've talked about this
I
before.
was very surprised, frankly. I can't believe it's that different. Is it really crazy different for you?
Yeah, I think
Is it a different
the
cut or just a
men's
different
small just
size?
does not fit well.
Uh,
It's bit they're big. It very clearly is a dude. I order boys 14, 16 is extra large. Boys 14. Well, we're talking about like tuxedo specifically there.
sure. Well, they don't. Do they make a lot of? So wait a minute. When you order clothes, do you shop at the women's small, extra small, men's small, boys extra large, and what is the difference?
Men's small is too big. So
But is
boys
it big, like
large.
just big, or is it cut differently? Do you know what I mean? Like, are the shoulders too big, or the?
I don't know. I mean, it depends on the fashionable. No, actually, it's just too big. Even if I get a
Mhm.
nicely cut something or other, it's still going to be too large. And it's men's. Why were you asking this?
I was asking for. I was getting my cousin a Christmas present, and she's young, but she's your size. No offense.
Okay. So my toddler, can you try this
Currently,
on and
she's
make sure
your
it fits?
size. I think she's one. Everyone has been your size at one point, I assume, but most of us get larger than that.
Everyone's been through my life experience, but I will never have yours. That's weird.
Yeah, that's a
Weird.
weird
I will
one.
never stand in a bar and see faces.
Yeah, think about that, like basketball players. That must be such a pain. My God.
What's that? Being John Malkovich, it'd be so cool to be someone else for one day.
Like an hour. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, just little things like that would completely change your life experience, your perception of the world, but you don't realize it until
Mhm.
you get on a podcast and go, yeah, weird. It would be weird to be tall.
Be weird to be flexible. I have no idea what that would be like.
Yeah, I really love tying my shoes. You only wear Crocs.
A lot of Velcro.
Uh, Velcro shoes, Crocs, are they on your Christmas list? Transition.
I had Crocs, famously had Crocs for a long time, and I really liked them. But a couple things. One, I got them for fishing because they have holes in them and they float. And so I figured it's not a big deal for if I'm in the water. They're waterproof theoretically. It's just, and if I take them off, they'll float away maybe, but they won't sink. But they're incredibly slippery while they're wet. So really terrible for fishing.
Like you slip on the dock.
No, you slip between the skin of your foot and the croc material. It's
So here's
incredibly
the shoe,
slippery.
and you're just dancing around inside it.
Yes, exactly like that. And you're like standing on a bunch of rocks. You know what I mean? And I'm like, well, this is the most dangerous thing I've ever done. So I wouldn't recommend them when they're wet. They're terribly slippery. And so also, by extension, they're terrible barefoot because if your foot ever starts to sweat even slightly, you're taking a spill.
No.
You know what I mean? They're incredibly comfortable if you're wearing socks, or they make some with like furry, fuzzy interior. Those are awesome. Really, really great.
Adding this to my Christmas list.
But
they look stupid, especially stupid with socks.
With socks. Yeah, I know. But fuck, who cares?
I don't ever see people wear them with socks. Has no one discovered this yet? Or are you just introducing this to the world?
I'm introducing it to the world. I believe athletes, like, I don't know if you ever had this thing where like socks and
sandals.
Socks and sandals was a big faux pas, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's so dorky, bro." And I'm like, "Oh, really? Have you done it 2 a day and then had a lift afterwards?" Okay, well then maybe you should just shut up. Why don't you just shut up? Because the people who I would see would do it constantly were basketball players in college. Every athlete, sport athlete. You take your cleats off. You want to get into some slides or whatever. Like soccer players would do that all the time. I think people that were making fun of it, frankly, had never played on a competitive athletic team at a high level. So That's my 2 cents. So socks
You
and
can't
sandals
make
is
fun
in.
of me. I'm better than you. Is what you're
I mean, it
saying.
looks dorky, sure, but I just went through, like I don't. First of all, I don't care how I look because I just went through 2 practices. Second of all, I was wearing cleats. What were you wearing? Heels? Okay, well then, why don't you just why don't you take your heels off and
Function.
why don't you take your heels off when you had a few too many Cosmos and walk down the cobblestones at Faneuil Hall in Boston? You know what I mean? Like, it
So it was girls making fun of you.
was just everybody,
Hmm.
but they were all wrong because none of them were athletic. Socks and
It
sandals.
is. It is. Yeah, all about function there for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Which the function is also an indicator of your status or whatever. I feel that way about clothes. I've been really close to wearing the same thing every day, just pulling a Steve Jobs.
Yeah. I mean, I basically have different versions of the same thing. And I change into clothes, workout clothes when I'm going to sweat, and then I take a shower
Yes,
and then I
that's
put
true.
my regular clothes back on. And then, like how dirty is that? Like, I don't know. It seems pretty dirty, but a
Thank God for
shower.
Snapchat, or I really would be wearing the same thing every day and not washing it. But someone's holding me accountable.
What you need is you just need new filters. Like when someone
Oh
doesn't want
yeah,
to put makeup on and they
Change
do a
shirt
filter, just like a shirt filter.
or a clothes filter when you don't even want to put any on.
Yeah. In high school, I didn't realize this, but I had a rotation of like 5 shirts or whatever, or 5 outfits.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend in high school later on told me that she knew that, oh, there's Max's Tuesday outfit or whatever.
Because you're naked on the weekend, so it's just days,
Right.
weekdays. All
Right.
5 always the same.
I gotta wash those 5 shirts.
Huh.
But I was
See,
gonna
there's
say,
something to be said about committing to wearing the same thing, which is why I haven't done it, because it is actually more work than just whatever I have that was given to me for free or whatever.
mhm.
And then I keep wearing the same thing and the gym clothes that I have now versus being like, okay, now I'm only wearing this thing that I've chosen. I'll buy a bunch of those and always be seen in them.
Yeah, I don't know. This idea of like, I want to take that one extra decision off my mental fatigue or decision making fatigue or whatever it's called. I'm kind of like,
That's
cool,
real.
I get it. It's real. I'm sure it is real. But how much are we really talking deciding between the same 5 80s rock band t-shirts that I have? You know what I mean? Like,
Honestly,
yes,
it feels like a lot for me.
I'm not running $1 trillion Apple computers or whatever. Apple, I'm not running a tech company yet. But how much are we really struggling here? I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Just put on a
Disagree, but you're
t-shirt,
talking to
man.
someone who eats the same breakfast every day.
Well, that's a nutrition thing. That's that's your longer term goals, fitness wise, nutrition wise. You don't want to come up with something that fits those macros or whatever every time. But clothes, I mean, my decision for clothes is what type of workout I'm doing. If it's like an arm shoulder day, I need a really really tight no sleeves, or I'm sorry, a tight cut, a very loose no sleeves. If it's a push day or a leg day, it can be a sort of more constricting no sleeves.
Oh, wow.
Somebody found my channel the other day and was like, dude, I just looked up how to cut the sleeves off and this guy just popped up. I can't believe this is real. And then he tweeted at me and he was like, dude, this is sick. Thanks, man. And I'm like, yeah,
Sick.
made that video 7 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever the hell,
Recut
people
for
help
TikTok.
people helping people. I did find one on TikTok. It was how to cut the sleeves off. And somebody in the
Everyone tagged
comments
you.
tagged me.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, I watched this Max video 8 years ago or whatever. And the guy, the creator, responded. He was like, yeah, that's where I got it. That's where I got it too. He was like, that's who taught me. I was like, all right, good stuff. Good boys.
You taught me on my channel. There's the tie guy, the number one hit for how to tie a tie. He's got what, billions of views? I
On
think
how to
that's the
tie a
only thing he
tie.
did. Yeah. Because he just
Smart.
happened to be the one that got
He did
serviced
it
the
first.
most. Yeah.
I know how to tie a tie. It's not that hard.
Bow tie?
It's like tying it's like learning how to tie your sneakers.
Sneakers, I feel like is harder. Well, it's because you learn when you're a kid,
Yeah.
versus learning as an adult female in LA.
Are you loop swoop or are you two bunny ears?
Oh, loop swoop.
Yeah. Bunny ears people are lunatics. My God.
Weird, right? My brother's a bunny ears person. I'm
Oh
like,
my God.
who raised you?
Get him some Velcro shoes.
Yeah.
Get him some Crocs. Oh, so anyway, I left my Crocs outside and they shrunk in the sun. I can't put them on anymore.
Wow.
They used to be like loose on my feet, and now I cannot get my foot into the Croc.
Weird. Do
Is that
they look
nuts?
different?
They look the same, just smaller.
Slightly. Oh, that's not interesting. I was like,
Not
how
slightly.
can I make some artwork of like a tiny...
seriously small. Not, well, 2 sizes too small for sure.
So can I have your Crocs?
Yeah, they're all yours.
I
literally just wear them on my porch because my porch is kind of dirty. Or, you know, the bottom of my feet get dirty if I walk on my porch. Yeah, Christmas coming up. You can have my old Crocs, sure. They are beautiful. Gray.
Maybe you'll do custom
The only
Crocs
color
for
they
everyone
came
this
in.
year.
When I bought Crocs, I was like, all right, so what do we got? Like neon blue or tie-dye? And they're like, what size shoe are you? And I was like, men's 10 and a half, 11. And he was just like, oh, well then no, we have gray.
Wow. Are you saying
such
that
a
you
bummer.
liked Crocs well before people your size were into them?
I think I don't think they made, or at that time, they didn't make fun colors for men's sizes that
Mhm.
I think essentially for adult men, it's just kind of lame. Or people with adult men size shoes, size feet.
Well, now they were giving them out at events that we went to and then customizing them. So
They were airbrushing them.
yeah.
That's so cool.
No,
Also, I got
they're
the
still
wrong
Crocs. And airbrushing was never cool. Those shirts at the mall in the 90s look bad.
Yeah.
The technique of
sweet.
airbrushing is just aesthetically bleh.
Okay. Art nerd.
I mean, I've used an airbrush to paint a tree that I made out of trash, and it looked great because I made it look like a tree, not an airbrushed shirt.
Because it was great.
That style's coming back too. Like the
know.
2000s airbrush look.
I know. It's funny that everybody makes fun of the 2000s now, but they dress exactly like the 2000s.
Yeah.
And all of the this is me like shaking my fist on my porch. All the young people, all their songs are remixes of like old songs.
I
You know what I
know.
mean? It's like a lot of
The
Mariah Carey.
Streamies.
Streamies.
Young Gravy came out. Do you know his song?
I do, yeah.
I didn't.
But he
until I heard
sings
it.
his
Obviously,
own
I knew.
chorus version of it, right?
And the reason he's famous and people who have trending songs aren't necessarily so is because his clip that went viral has him singing his own name in it. So now we
Smart.
know, hey, Gravy, you're so delicious, whatever.
It is so delicious.
Brilliant.
That's so stupid.
But he samples Never Gonna Give You Up, and it started playing, and I was like, they got Rick Astley? And then Young Gravy comes out, and all the children
Ricky?
start screaming. I'm like, who is this?
Lame.
Yeah. As I sit here, arms crossed, telling the TikToker children to get off my lawn.
Shaking my finger, shaking my fist at the youths of America, of the world. The youths. All right. So you can have my Crocs for Christmas. That'll be a nice Christmas present.
Good, excellent. I'll airbrush them in a pleasing way.
Do you do your Brittany finished all of her holiday shopping on Black Friday. I wanted to just jump off a building. And she was like stressed out too. She's like, it's getting really late. I was like, it's November.
There's also Cyber Monday and probably Tuesday and all weekend.
Yeah, but
So
it
I
passed,
spent-
didn't it? Black Friday's the Friday after Thanksgiving. Cyber Monday's and then it's also Cyber Week. And then I'm like, are these really sales?
No, of course not. Everything is a lie.
There's this one fitness company and I love their stuff. but their stuff is incredibly overpriced, and they routinely have like 60 to 70% off sales. And so I'm always like, well, what in the world is going on? You know, like, is that your business model? Just a huge markup and then a huge sale, and then, you know,
and if you
it's
pay full
crazy.
price for anything, you're getting screwed. And sales are not a deal. They're just
they're just
should be the normal
at
price.
cost or whatever.
I think that's
And so
pretty
then
common.
I like don't buy stuff from them because I like wait for the next sale. You know what I mean?
Mhm. That makes
So
sense.
stupid.
They
Shorts,
don't realize.
$55 for men's athletic shorts, little high.
Well, how good do they make you look? How great
They
is your
are
butt in them?
they are my favorite shorts, unfortunately. They're my favorite shorts because they have side pockets and a zipper pocket. And that is my new. I used to hate gym shorts with pockets because of wrestling. You can't wear anything like that because finger will get caught. You break a finger real quick. But now I don't wrestle. I walk my dog.
So do you really
So I
nice to put
need, you know,
something
a
in my
wallet,
shorts.
keys, phone, pocket, you know.
So yeah, I have some onesies. The pockets in them are nice. If you got a onesie sans pockets, it's like I don't even know who I
Ugh,
am. You gotta open
why
it
would
up
I
and shove it
even
in your
deign? I
bra.
wouldn't even deign to do that.
So when you say you have 5 different outfits, it's really 5 different shirts, and then you're only wearing those shorts. Am I right?
Well, I bought a second pair of those shorts.
Hmm.
I actually have. I have. Well, I went completely black shorts now. That's it. Just done. And then I have. Yeah, just the type of athletic short. It's just better. It's like a little bit. It's not soft. It's like a little bit. Not hard either. I know I sound like a total moron right now, but
Thicker.
it's like thicker. Yeah. So if I put like sometimes with especially with like nice soft Lulu shorts, for example, like if I have weights on, if I'm resting dumbbells on my thighs, I'm like worried that if I move, it's gonna just tear the short material. You know what I mean?
Yeah, those hundreds are heavy.
They're heavy. That's why you lift them. We don't have hundreds. We only have 50s. That's as high as
So
my gym
250s
goes.
on one side.
Yeah, I just duct tape them together.
OHP.
I get a hair tie, just a hair elastic, and just wrap them
Yeah, there
around.
you go. Is there any time where you're wearing long pants in LA, or is it shorts all year?
I have a pair of Lulu pants that Brittany got me for my birthday, and then I didn't take them off for a year, and then I tore a hole in them, and then I went to
Showering.
Lulu, and they gave me another one. They were like, "Oh, we'll just give you a new pair," and it was annoying because they were slightly different, but it was also really nice that they were just like, "Nah, just take it. It's fine. Here's a new pair."
That's solid.
So I will say that the Lulu, shout out to Lulu, I guess, sponsor the podcast. They have this incredible return policy where anything happens and they're like, just take a new pair. Who cares? And you're like, I don't have a receipt and they're like, it's fine. We got the logo, right? Yeah, you're fine. Just grab a new pair. Come back anytime.
Cool.
Like, all right.
I'm gonna tell them mine spontaneously combusted. They have to send me another pair.
Yeah, I was in this fire. I was saving a baby from a burning building, and my shorts got on fire. My shorts only lit on fire.
I just watched a short film.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's about a true story about this sailor who was on a dock, and these 2 ships, one was carrying a ton of dynamite, crashed into each other. And explosion, obviously. He survived.
Was he Superman?
Woke up. Yeah, now. He woke up 2 miles from the explosion site wearing only 1 boot.
Wow. Dolphins?
Yeah. So he flew in the air for 2 miles and exploded all of his clothes off. And he's laying there nude with holding 1 boot.
That boot company, he better get in touch with them. That's the best sponsorship I've ever heard of.
They sent another boot. He goes, sorry, you lost one, sir.
One is like scorched and like this toe is sticking out, and the other one's brand new. That's all we could spare. Sorry.
I was just thinking about this biking here. I thought I might even make a TikTok about it. It's the same story that you're telling, but for Jansport. I've had one of their backpacks for double digits number of years for sure. And I
It's
use
the
it every day.
classic.
It was neon, and now it is the color of your Crocs.
Oh my God. That's so gross.
That's how long I've had it. The zipper on the back finally broke, and their return policy is, yeah, you have a logo, send it in, we'll fix it or give you a new one.
No
Now,
way.
I did stitch rip the logo off of it several years ago. I think it'll be fine.
Is the logo a rectangle or is the logo Jan Sports? Because if you could like place it up, it fits. You know what I mean? That's a Jan Sport. I'm sure they'd know. Come on.
They definitely know that it's this, that I'm not.
You could probably
them.
send in video evidence, right? From you before you ripped the logo
Before
off.
I stitch ripped it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's every video that it's in for the past 10 years, which is several.
Here's all the free promo I've been doing for you for 8 years.
Why do you think I took the logo off? Do I have the shirt inside out? This shirt says YouTube on it.
I have one
that says inside out because I'm not going to promote YouTube.
No free ads. I have one that's the Instagram logo in right on my chest. It's like Iron Man, but instead of Iron Man, it's Instagram. So I wear it inside out all the time.
That sucks. I was just at the dentist's office and I put specifically this sweatshirt on inside out. You have one of these. It says playlist on it. I put it on, and this woman in the waiting room was frantically trying to get my attention. Excuse me, ma'am. I believe your shirt is inside out. And everyone looks over at me dramatically, and I said, yes.
And you said, yes,
by design.
Thank you for your attention. That fuels my massive ego.
That's why I did it. Did you see my shoes?
Life,
they don't match either. Did you see what aspect?
I'm so happy you brought that up. Here's a link to my YouTube channel.
So I imagine there are plenty of people that don't stop me. They go, oh man, that idiot just got inside out dressed. What a dummy.
Idiot. What an idiot.
People probably think that I put my shoes on in the dark too, that I didn't actively choose to wear two different colors. Like,
somebody made fun of me the other day for wearing two different socks. But ever since I hurt my ankle, I wear a different sock on my bad ankle. And so it was by design. And I didn't say anything. I just sort of like scoffed at them silently. And you know,
you never to be a trend with you.
You never know. You never know with people, you know? You really don't. And frankly, it's kind of stupid for people to do that. I remember I used to get really obsessed with handshakes. I wanted like a really firm handshake because I thought it was manly, and because in wrestling, before you start, the last thing that happens is you shake the guy's hand and then he blows the whistle to go. And so it's part of, you know, one of those things that you overthink as a high school boy, you know. Yeah, like, do I really squeeze hard, or do I give him like a limp fish, or do I look him in the eye, or do I, you know what I mean? And so I was like really into having a serious handshake. And then a friend of mine, he was an emergency room doctor. He was like, I was telling him about it. He was a wrestling coach. And he was like, oh yeah, I used to think about that too. I used to have this really firm handshake. And then I had a guy in the emergency room. He had, I forget what it's called, but he had very brittle bones. And yeah, I think I broke a bone in his hand, shaking his hand, because I was a meatball, you know, idiot. And this poor guy had some bone disease that I never knew about, or, you know, it's the first time I met him. Yeah. And so then after that, I was kind of like, yeah, I should shut up. I should.
You think?
I'm going to walk that back just a little bit. But and then especially, I don't know if you remember with Trump, there was this huge thing about how he got this super weird handshake where he like shakes and then he like yanks you into him. Did you remember that? That was a trend for a while.
Yeah.
And then everyone was like, oh man, I forget who it was. I think it was Macron, or you know, every time a new political figure leader would come in and meet him, they'd be like, oh, we got to overanalyze this handshake. And like, I forget if it was Trudeau or I forget, but it was somebody who like knew it. And so like put his other hand on his shoulder, but instead of like patting him, he like braced so that he couldn't get pulled in. And so you see him like, and there are these two old guys in like business suits, like, like struggling over this bizarre handshake. And I'm like, what is this world that we're in right now? And, it's on like CNN, like, oh, it's just what a great handshake that was. I'm like, this is so bizarre. Anyway, if my one tip is if someone has a really strong handshake, what you do is people say like you go in early, you squeeze early. That's not true. That's completely false. What you do is, I guess we need to put this microphone in the thing. You reach forward as they're coming in. You push you don't meet his hand. You sort of give him your forearm. And so then he grabs your forearm and you're like, ugh, what are you doing? And then he's like, I don't know. And then he feels so awkward. And you're just like, is this your first handshake? Like, what is wrong with you? And then he like grabbed your arm and it's like kind of like, it's not intimate, but it's like not what he was expecting to feel. And he like grabs and you're like, dude, what is wrong with you? And then that's it. And then you got him. There's nothing, there's no coming back from that one. He's screwed.
Have you done that before a wrestling match?
Big time. Yeah. That was one of my highest level moves ever. Because I realized that there's only so many things you can do with like a regular handshake before it's like overdone. And so then I started doing that. And then they were just like, what? Like I had one guy like step off the line. He was like, I'm not ready. Hold on.
You're not actually good at wrestling. You just mentally ruin everyone.
Yeah. Just mind games. Mind bottle them.
That's amazing. I guess I should think more about my handshake. I've had one guy be like, you shake hands like a man. And I was like, cool. I'm sorry I'm not like the lady.
What, so you don't like you don't put
no, and I was like, is this what you wanted?
Down?
And he was like, yeah, that's what girls. This is also at a bar. So like obviously He was not anyone that I need to be respecting.
Sure. You shake hands like a bitch.
Which I never thought about that before, honestly. It's not like I try and be more masculine about it. I think it was just that he was expecting me to do the thing at the bar. Like, oh, hello, nice to meet you. I was like, sup, sir? Yeah.
It's better than like the open palm slap, the soccer players. I love that. That's like everybody's. That's so much cooler than a handshake. I don't know why.
How do we not have a secret handshake? I feel like that's a stupid thing that we would do at bars.
When's the last time we shook hands?
No, I know, but when's the last time we hung out and did something stupid? At least daily.
Yes. Multiple dailies.
I guess our secret handshake is doing push-ups at the bar. The secret handshake is you drop to the ground and start working out. Push-ups to failure.
My secret handshake is a Murph.
I'm dead.
That's so
Every
ridiculous.
time we meet, we have to do Murph once.
Hey, what's up? Oh, damn it.
You have to meet an hour early every time you want to go somewhere.
Oh, that's funny.
Why is this so funny to me?
That is stupid. And then you're constantly wearing a weight vest.
So I just had a catastrophe. This leaked everywhere and I didn't get any coffee. Do you have... You were just talking about Hydro Flask. What about travel mug purchase?
I have a travel mug I like.
I need this gift.
Camelback. Excellent.
And it actually doesn't leak?
Well, so far.
I have multiple of this style that...
I don't like that one. I don't know that one, I guess. I don't know. I did... The giant jug of Hydro Flask was stupid, but it did work. If I got up and I filled it up first thing in the morning and I just carried it around all day, you look and feel ridiculous, but eventually it works.
You know what I don't like about Hydro Flask? They weigh like they're full when there's no water in them. Why? Really you need to be that heavy. But you like things cold. I would like a thin nothing outside.
Yeah, you
like it. I don't want it to stay cold. Yeah.
I have a travel mug that I liked a lot. I had one that didn't fit in a cup holder, which I thought was like the dumbest thing in the world. I'm like, that's the whole point. Are you blaming
the cup holder or the
mug? Of course. Mug. Cup holder is relatively uniform standard, isn't it?
No, I don't know. Things are
Uh,
multiple different sizes. Are you kidding me? I'm drinking
yeah,
out of a measuring cup right now. I don't know if that's gonna fit.
I just funnel everything. That's no, I just shotgun everything as a rule.
See? That's how I know exactly how much caffeine I'm drinking.
Smart. God forbid you ballpark it. I drink
Yeah,
half of
no.
a energy drink, and I feel like that's pretty good
Ish. Yeah, but then
ish.
you don't know if you got a little more today and a little less yesterday. I want to be precise.
Right. Precision. That's the key to getting things. I think that's what stops me from doing things right.
I
You know?
know that is definitely your hang up, which is not mine. I'm like, yes, please take my blood and tell me exactly the grams of
Yeah.
vitamin D that I need.
It was nice to figure that out about myself. And I think I figured it out with the protein when timing of a protein shake. In theory, they say, who's they? Lunatics. You have that protein window after a heavy lift.
Right.
And I was sort of doing it and then kind of forgetting and then kind of doing it and then kind of not. And then I realized that if I just drink the shake in the morning, whether or not forgetting about that other stuff, yeah, it's a little bit inefficient, I guess, or it's not as perfectly efficient as it could possibly be. But I was getting the protein,
Right.
I'd rather do it poorly than not have it done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't let that get in the way because yeah, it's all people go all or nothing, which I totally get that. Or like a
It's,
cheat day where you have some dessert after lunch and you're like, well, screw it. And then dinner is just 7 McDonald's runs.
been there. That's tonight. Um,
Okay. What else is on your list?
well, hang on. Let me grab a charger. My computer's about to die. God damn it.
Oh no.
Nice. I just unplugged it.
Your computer?
We don't have a real doorbell. We have a Wi-Fi doorbell. Isn't that weird? I never even thought of that. It's
Yeah.
plugged into the wall somewhere, and it's just
Right.
a
Mine's like
button
that
out
too.
front.
But you can hit the button and make the dog think that somebody's ringing the doorbell, which is
My
great.
God, the dog's gonna dog lose if he hates it.
Does yours change sounds? Mine will play a whole Christmas song if you want.
No, it does not.
It
All
sounds
right,
like you don't want.
it sounds like I don't want anyone to ring my doorbell ever. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Showing up in person. Remember you used to do that as a kid?
Ring the doorbell instead of just
I would go
texting
see if
someone
no one was
here.
home. My best friend.
Um, my Christmas list. Oh, I was going to ask you, is it worth getting someone a Whoop? That's the big one. That's the one people always think about. And I
Great
really
answer.
feel like it's not. But I'm
Well,
happy
you're
to
also
be
getting them a recurring charge if they want to stick with it, which sucks.
right. That's really annoying.
Except I have Whoop until 3023
Nice.
because people keep signing up with my link. No,
And
I
you with just
think
that one wrist, you know what I mean?
I know what am I what a shame. Just covered in them. They're bicep ones and they put them in your shorts.
I know.
Anyway, I have a great answer for this. It is worth getting someone the gift of caring about your HRV or specifically
Smart.
sleep. Or no, more broadly sleep, specifically your HRV, but really I don't even care about my HRV anymore. I look at my deep sleep, I look at the amount of sleep, whatever. I look at all these different variables, but the idea of, hey, change your life by sleeping is a
You should
really
track
great
this.
gift.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
But I don't know if it's Whoop or they're Or is expensive. So's
Yeah, I know.
Whoop is a commitment every month, $30 unless it's more now. The A-Sleep mattress, that's the gift right there.
That's the one. Yeah. I tell people to get it all the time, and they look
I
at the
know, me
price
too.
tag and they're like, oof. Like, I
There
know.
are mattresses that are that price and they're not smart. They're dumb mattresses that cost the
Dumb.
same as 8 Sleep.
They're so
A smart
dumb.
mattress.
Yeah, I think 8 Sleep is. Did you get the third one yet?
Yeah.
Any
King.
difference?
No.
Nice.
It's bigger, so that's great. I have more surface area for my snoozing, but other than that, no. They improve the sensors, which
Yeah, I get
I
it.
mean,
I
okay,
buy it.
good. I'm pro getting better data, but
Mhm.
I don't see a difference. So no. Yeah, if you're getting an 8 Sleep mattress as a gift, just do the
Get the
pod
cover
2, the older one. That's exactly the
and
same and it's
just do the
cheaper.
pod. Don't do a mattress.
Or yeah, do the cover if you already have a mattress. And then it's even cheaper. I'll put a link in the description.
But it's still
I have
not
a
cheap.
discount. Yeah, no.
Do we have a discount link or do we just have a link?
I have a discount. It is 150, 250 off the pod, the mattress, 150 off the cover, a
Nice.
certain percentage off the accessories, whatever. I'll put it in the description. It will say the exact things.
I think that one's worth it. That's really the only one I've ever really liked.
I
out of
just
all
made a
these
video
things.
saying this is the best, my favorite gadget of all the things I've reviewed over the 3 years that I've been doing this.
Yeah, smart.
How ridiculous. It's the number one thing that changed everything.
I mean, when you're chilly in bed, you turn it up. You're hot in bed, you turn it down. You're hungover. That temperature is
know.
fluctuating. It's incredible.
It really is that I didn't realize how hot I was in bed. And that's so silly because I run cold all the time. Everyone knows me as a cold person. I'm the one that's saying, excuse me, can we switch seats? There's a draft. And yet, when I was sleeping, I was sweating and waking up and hot and uncomfortable. So really,
Yeah.
it's crazy that sleeping cold was the thing versus the hot. I mean, yes, when you have a COVID vaccine and that hot is really nice,
Yeah. You're just shivering.
but really sleeping cold all night. And I'm at -8. What do you sleep at?
I am at -5. But actually lately I've been in the mornings I've been cranking it up so I'm nice and toasty. It's weird.
I wake up at 10. I don't even
It's-
use the buzz.
You wake up with heat?
Yeah.
Wow.
Thermal
Yeah,
alarm.
me too.
It's
It
game
wakes me up.
changer.
Definitely. The heat wakes me up for sure.
And then you don't have that
Weird.
moment
That's
where
the
you're like,
best one.
I don't want to get out from the cozy covers because you're on fire, and it is a relief to leave your giant king bed.
You're literally on fire.
Okay, I have one unsurprising health and fitness one. Christine just got a Nespresso
I
maker.
know.
know.
My mom has that. She loves
You have
it.
one? Oh, okay.
She
I
loves it.
I haven't tried it yet because the one
Oh, that
that I
was your
supposed
first
to
one?
have
Oh no.
is now on my floor.
It's
But
spectacular. If you've
and
done the pods
also
before,
my friend left this at my studio when he came to visit, so I'm
monsters.
saying this is
Oh,
a health and
boy.
fitness thing because I need to stop drinking this garbage.
Yeah.
These, even though they're sugar free, it's just absolute awful. And so I'm pro coffee now, and I'm switching to only coffee. There's so many more benefits to it, so that's what I'm saying.
Well, if it makes you
Coffee.
feel any better, I got very skinny fat using energy drinks, like specifically lower belly fat only. And that
Energy
was
drinks did it to you,
horrifying
you
to
think?
me. Yep, because
Wow.
I started drinking them after lunch at work. I got skinny fat, stopped drinking them, it went away. So obviously that's not for everybody, but for me, for sure. So cut them out.
Yeah. Wow, I can't wait to get rid of my lower belly fat. Thank you, Max.
You're welcome.
All right, any more for you?
I mean, I still think the TRX was one of the better presents I've ever gotten.
Especially in
a
COVID,
set of
yeah.
rubber bands is pretty nice. I was trying to buy my friend a gym membership, but it's like horrifically expensive. And I was like, is this even
Where are
worth
they going?
it?
Hi, Matt.
Well, he lives right next to this gym, and it's a nice place, but it's a basement gym. It's not like You know, there's no restaurant there. There's no like steam. You know, it's just like a regular gym. It's like 85 a month plus 150 activation fee. Whatever the hell, whatever that even means. That's just them like, boom, I just activated it.
That's so you don't quit every month and then come back and whatever.
Yeah,
You're locked
crap.
in. Yeah.
So I don't know. TRX ab roller is fine. Like
Is that
I think
insulting?
that's the best. No, I mean it is obviously, but then I think if they appreciate it, then they get it.
Yeah, like gifting a self-help book or
Yeah. Well, is gifting like makeup insulting?
hey, cover your face, chick.
Yeah. What? Here's some
Oh, to a
paint.
dude, excuse me. Let's not discriminate on gender here.
Here's some paint for that ugly thing on the front of your head.
I'm gonna give you deodorant this year.
Yeah, it's smart. A 20-pack. Go to Costco. All right.
Okay. Well, fitheads, let us know what you're putting in your gift list because honestly, that's why I wanted this episode. I was just trying to get ideas. Something for my brother that isn't insulting, or maybe it'll just give him something insulting.
Sweatsuit is actually really nice because it looks stupid, but then people are like, "Oh, that's so funny," and then they end up wearing it, and they're like, "Wait a minute, joke's on me."
And I
like
think about you
sweatpants,
3 times
sweatshirt.
a week when I wear it. Yeah,
exactly.
If you'd like to gift us something for the holidays, go rate and review on Apple Podcasts. That helps us out a whole lot. We will get better guests. It will be a cooler show, and it will be because of you. And we hope you have a happy holiday, and we will see you next week.